Good morning, welcome back to the channel. What a Load of Ball, episode 46 now, and this is going to be part 5 of the series. So thank you everyone for all the views and comments and stuff so far, all the support as well. Had a really busy week last week, as you've seen, and I'm quite proud of myself for being on top of the videos and the uploads and stuff like that. So yeah, gonna have a whole day on it again today. I'd like to finish the handbrake. Got some bits to help with that. I stocked up on riv nuts because we run out of those. Got a few other bits which came in the post, namely the bush for the crank, so things like that. I'm in a little bit earlier than Harvey, so I'm just going to go make some coffee, and we need to find a hoover and have a bit of a tidy because we killed the hoover last week and, excuse me, made quite a bit of mess. Other things I like to do is kind of sort out any rough edges, do a bit of deburring, make everywhere a bit more pleasant. Do need to get the shifter gator on as well at some point. As you can see, that we took the gearbox out yesterday on Friday, because we were subcontracting out the shifter linkage. So I'm going to go and see those guys this morning as well, see how they got on. I bought some random bits which might help them, might not, but I saw them this morning in the bolt shop. So yeah, got them. Big up Western Bolt again for coming through. Got all the other little bits and pieces that I need. So yeah, I think I'll go make those coffees and I'll report back in a bit when we're being a bit more productive. Cheers. So just a weekend parts update. Got some bits for handbrake cable joining. Got some decent riv nuts. Got a boot for the clutch slave lever. Got the magic bush. These came from Conceptra Tuning. I'll put a link below for those. Got some turnbuckles. These may help the guys who are doing the linkage, so I'm going to take that over now, see how they're getting on. Got some aluminium or metal polish as well. A couple more wire wheels and that kind of thing. So yeah, all those bits of hardware came from Western Bolt, so thanks Dave down there for those this morning. Harvey's about to start on the pedals. I'm going to pop across to the machine shop to see how they're getting on, and maybe give them a little side quest as well, because although I've got the stuff to join a handbrake cable, I could make a little end to go in the end of the cable, which would probably be better, so we'll see what we can do. Sick. So I'm just in the machine shop here actually. I'll keep adjusting that frame, you might not want to be on camera, but this is where our apprentice machinist is studying, and obviously we've got a great technician team who are helping me out this weekend or this week. Here's the proposed linkage, which looks way better than anything I could have made, so I'm absolutely over the moon with that. This part's going to fit in here or thereabouts, and we've got the fork which grabs hold of that. That should give us the lateral control, which we weren't going to get with that rose joint. We've got these, this will be a turnbuckle style, so JLE is just cutting the reverse thread on one of those parts now, so that we've got some adjustability, and then we'll work out where to do the holes a little bit later on. But yeah, ecstatic with that, really pleased. Won't need these shonky turnbuckles, but they might be of use in the workshop for something, so I'll leave them here. But yeah, really pleased with that. Alright, I'm having a bit of a bad start to the day. I need the bit which goes here, and I've totally spooned that. So, found it, idiot. So I'm reusing this part from the Stagea. I had to open up that hole a bit to clock it, to line it up better with the bit on the handbrake. I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. It could do with being bent a bit. I might lop it off. Don't know yet. I'll test fit it as it is now that I can clock it a bit. That's what this is for, and just see how that cable's looking. It's quite a short distance from the handbrake to here. But they've both got to be where they are, so if I need to gain anything, I might just trim that off. And really this is just a guide coming through, so yeah, happy so far. Harvey's doing well, he's getting the brake pedal in now. We're just kind of finding things which we've tidied last minute on the Friday. So yeah, a bit of confusion this morning, but everything going well so far. Got a new shop vac. Thank you, Reese, for finding that for us. A bit of a hybrid of, of various bits of education equipment. But yeah, so yeah. Okay, so I'm just looking at joining handbrake cables right now. Here's the existing kind of splitter. Ideally what I'd like is a bolt or like a outside external grub screw almost to thread the cable into it and clamp it. I've asked the machine shop guys if they can look at that. What I'm going to do in the meantime though is look at joining old and new. So best way to do it would be to be using these, I don't even know what they're called, but these loops, and then looping each one of them through there. So I'm going to see whether there's enough to play with. We are very short on distance here, so it might be that for now I just clamp these together using some U-bolt type thing. So I've got 6 of these in total. When you're working with, I'm going to call it catenary wire because that's kind of what it is. When you're working with catenary wire, you need 3 of these on each loop like that. So I'm going to see whether I can get that to work because that is the better way to do it. But if I can't, I have got a backup plan. This one I can cut to length. This one I need to keep long so that I can at least get it into there if I need to. But yeah, happy with that so far. You can see this is ever so slightly clocked, but we can put another bit of sealant on there. There's no holes there or anything, so I'm happy with how that is. Another thing I need to do is get this extended. So we've got a place in Taunton where I live that does hydraulic hoses, so today I'm going to try and get this disconnected and ask them to make me a longer one, or get them to make me an extender to go on there, because we need to come to about here. So that is on the to-do list today. Right, looks a little janky, but that's kind of what I thought it would look like, and if anything it's looked better than I thought it would. So here's the existing end. I pulled it back through just to get this last clamp on because it's quite tight up in there. So I'm going to trim this one. This is the existing handbrake cable, so I'm going to cut this one about there just so I have still got plenty of room to play with should I need it. And then I'll thread it back through and then do the same on this one. Okay, so a little on the janky side, but I'm okay with that. This is coming from the handbrake and it double backs on itself. This is long enough to go past the splitter further down the chain. Got 3 clamps on each side. I am seeing a bit of clearancing issues over here, but generally everything needs to come this way anyway, so that might be all right. Harvey's in the cab, so Harv, can you lift the handbrake for me, please? Feel good? Yeah. How high up are you able to go like that?
I've still got a bit of adjustment here anyway. I'll tighten it up at the...
Cool. Well, I think as a temporary interim, that's a good solution for the handbrake. It is a little bit close to there, but for now I think that's going to be okay. So we're carrying on. We've got the brake pedal in now, or Harvey's got the brake pedal in now. We're just doing a bit of research to look to where to put the clutch pedal and drill some holes and stuff. But generally all going well this morning, so now that we found all the bits we lost on Friday. So yeah, we'll report back in a bit. Right, we just stopped for lunch and Harvey had the great idea of a little morale booster of ticking off some of the things that we've done. So mainly all completed on Friday. We've got 1 brake pedal in, so we've crossed out half of that. We're just about to do the clutch now. But yeah, all going really, really well. I'm going to jump in and just show you the thought process of the clutch pedal mounting. We've got a bracket in the way which we're going to have to drill out. and it's all very awkward in terms of space, but we kind of knew it would be. So I'm going to crawl into position and I will pick this up in a sec. Okay, so I'm kind of in position. I'm actually lying on my back. This is the bracket that we need out the way. It's got two lateral studs, which the old foot handbrake mounted onto. Okay, but this looks like it's the exact spot that we kind of want to be drilling through. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to put a center hole in that bracket there, because this does look like the perfect area. So then I've got my mark for my hole saw in a little bit. And then yeah, I've got a spot weld drill bit to take out these 6 spot welds. Doosh, 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 doosh. If I can show you it, I will. So, spot weld drill bit has a very flat nose. So it's got a point in the middle and then it cuts with the ears rather than a flute on the front. Because what all we're trying to do is to drill the actual spot weld. We're not trying to drill all the way through. So yeah, I'm going to center punch the center of all of these holes and then start drilling. Probably have the hoover in underneath coming through the hole, just so I can start or keep this tidy as we go. So yeah, wish me luck. I'll report back in a bit, but drilling spot welds is a bit of a twat, so it might take me a little while. Okay, so annoyingly, none of that worked as I'd hoped. The bracket is now out of the way though. So the spot weld drill bits, they just kind of went through when they were ready without much warning. And most of them I needed to open up with a step bit in order to get it through anyway. This top one I just did with the step drill bit, and that one's come out the nicest. So a little frustrating, but not the end of the world. Gonna go out, have a little break and uncontort myself because it's not all that comfy down here. And then we'll start to think about placement for the pedal. So I think it might sit a little bit higher up than we were first thinking, but at least the bracket's out the way. Then I'll think of something cunning to fill all these holes, because that ain't ideal. But we've missed the loom on the other side, which is really good. I put a scrap of metal in there just so that I had something to bash into rather than hitting the harness. But yeah, that's come out all right. I'm relatively happy with that. Okay, we're doing really well. We just popped over to the machine shop to help with the linkage positioning and stuff like that. Got all the holes done now for the clutch, master cylinder, and hopefully the pedal mount as well. Got a few excess holes here which aren't ideal, so I need that big hole, the one to the bottom left and one to the top right. The rest I don't need. So I've hopefully painted everything enough, put some weld through primer on. Just going to zing some pop rivets in these. Harvey's on the other side. He's going to catch them with a washer. And then I thought this is just a nice way to seal the hole without faffing around too much. Ideally, this probably wants welding and closing all up, but welding's one thing that I can't or don't do. So pop rivets is this bottom right one near the big hole. I'm going to have to leave exposed, because if I put a pop rivet on it, it's going to make the pedal wonky. So that one's staying as it is. We're also going to try and get in this bracket up above, which was tied into the old pedal, and then I think we'll have to make some kind of linkage which links this to the new pedal, because it's not going to work straight away. But we have a plan. It's about 3:30. So yeah, let's see what we can get done before the end of the day. Cool. Quick video update before I get out of this area. We've got a fucking clutch pedal! Oh! Well chuffed with that. That's feeling pretty sturdy just off of the 2 studs. We do have somewhere that we could kind of tie it in up above. I'm not worried about that now. I'm going to do that at a later date. But what a fucking result. Sorry I'm swearing a lot, but I'm excited. Just going to pop back to the machine shop now and have a look at the linkage, see how J.L.E.'s getting on with that, because if we can get that all tied in today, that would be a real nice place to end. Don't worry about this cut pink wire. That is the handbrake wire, so we're going to need to crimp and extend that and put that on the new handbrake. So yeah, we are aware of that one. But how fucking cool is that? Well chuffed. Okay, we're at the end of day 6. It's Monday. It's just gone 5 o'clock. We've achieved today. We've got a functioning handbrake. So there's a cable on that. That will lock the wheels. We've got 3 pedals. So e-brake pedal, excuse my super short shorts. We've got a clutch pedal, which will return obviously, but yeah. And we've got the prototype of the linkage system done. It works for the most part. That'll be 4th. We think 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. It's a bit funny about getting over into 5th though. So we're not really sure where that's binding. There is a bit of a twist going on here, so it might be that we shorten that and weld it or something, I don't know. But we've done really well today. I've been saying it all week, but I couldn't have done it without Harvey, so thank you, Harvey. He's been promoted not only from mechanic to cameraman now as well. We've also got J.L.E. has just entered the building, and that's the guy who's just made the linkage for us. So big thanks to him and Tom Senior as well. So yeah, gonna call it end of episode today. Thank you ever so much. Do subscribe if you haven't done already. Give the video a like. Any questions, comments, queries, chuck them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. In the meantime, stay safe and we've got gears.